3 steps to drive down costs in your supply chain. Our businesses now live in an established global economy. There has been a major shift in the location of many manufactured goods from local suppliers to China and South Asia. With the increase in large capacity aircraft and enormous container ships, goods can be sent worldwide in just a few hours or days. Other factors such as currency, suppliers' reliability, geographical disasters, as well as political stability now become issues with the local business owner. We group all the factors that affect the procurement and supply of goods as a company's supply chain. Supply chain management has been a major focus for companies as significant cost savings can be realized. Large retail stores have led the way in supply chain management as margins are thin and competition is fierce in this sector. With enhancements in internet connectivity, suppliers and customers can now share data with each other in attempts to minimize inventory and lead times. Companies must develop a supply chain management strategy to ensure fast, efficient, low-cost, and reliable shipment of goods from suppliers to clients. We will review 3 steps that will help you create an enhanced supply chain that will identify ways to lower cost and protect your business at the same time. Step number 1. Evaluate your current situation. We will evaluate the current situation in 3 ways. 1. Competitive analysis. 2. Risk analysis. And 3. Market analysis. 1. Competitive analysis. This is where you review your position with respect to your top competitors, focusing on the importance of the supply chain and competing with them. What makes you unique compared to your competitors? Why do you win over them? Why do you lose? What is your unique selling proposition? How is the receipt and delivery of goods important to being competitive? Do you have the same suppliers? Is there an opportunity to have different suppliers than the competitor? Number 2 is risk analysis. This is done with respect to you providing your deliverables to your customers. Is there a risk based on currency? If you're buying from overseas, is there an exchange risk? If you're getting goods for one geographical area, is there a disaster risk? If you have suppliers all located in Hong Kong and typhoons are common in that area in September to December, you can expect delays. Or perhaps during Chinese New Year, many companies close down for 1 month. Is this a risk factor? What about political risk? Could your supply chain be disrupted with political issues in one country? What about the big fish risk? If you're competing with a competitor who is bigger than you and you share the same supplier, are you at risk at being run over at the crucial time if both companies are looking for the same goods? Number 3, market analysis. Where are you in respect to the market? Are you in a declining or rising market? Is the market vulnerable to large changes in prices or long lead times? Are more competitors coming into the market that may affect supply? Are there more suppliers coming into the market that may help you reduce your costs and lower risk? Step number 2, perform a value chain analysis. In this step, we review the performance of the supplier, the capabilities of the company, and the customer requirements as an integrated unit. One area will affect the performance of another. When reviewing each area, we will identify opportunities and risk, formulate the supply chain strategy, develop the proper relationships with suppliers, set performance targets, and monitor to make adjustments. For example, let's suppose the customers require goods from you within a 4-week lead time. In other words, from the time the order is placed, the goods must be on their customer site within 4 weeks. With that accepted parameter, we now look at the supplier and the company to see how they must work together to meet that requirement. Let us assume the supplier is in China. The lead time from the supplier is 2 weeks. Customs clearance is a week, so the goods will arrive at your company in 3 weeks. You then have 1 week to turn around the goods to meet the customer's required lead time. In this supply chain example, there are many issues to be reviewed. Let's identify the opportunities and risk. First, we'll explore opportunities at the supplier level. What if the supplier was given a larger order? Would that bring down the shipping costs and the per item costs and allow us to have inventory levels to handle emergencies? Is there any way the supplier can drop ship to the customer directly by shipping goods in boxes with your company name on it? Is there a chance that the shipper can handle these duties? Can the shipper bring the goods into the country, then repackage into your company boxes, add whatever materials you wish, then deliver to the customer? This is sometimes referred to as third-party or fourth-party logistics, where the supplier or the shipper adds more value to the product. Let's assume we decide to have the shipper to handle importing, repackaging, and delivery to the customer. Now we must identify risks of the strategy. Are there risks associated with the time of year? As mentioned before, if the shipper's hub is located in Asia, then from September to December, typhoons often shut down many airports for several days. Chinese New Year may affect delivery times. This can affect the timing in the supply chain, so inventory may have to be stocked here to compensate. These issues are discussed with the supplier and shipper and decisions made accordingly. If stock will be inventoried here, then what's the financing required to keep the inventory and what's the effect on cost of sales? Step number 3, formalize the strategy and execution. Once the decisions are made, the supplier relationships are formalized and performance targets must be established. A business owner must be very specific in performance clauses. If a customer adds financial penalties to delivery times, will all members of the supply chain share in those financial penalties? If a shipper indicates, quote, a best effort will be made to deliver before 10 a.m., what does that, quote, best effort mean? Perhaps it would be better for the company to guarantee delivery before 5 p.m. to allow for variances in the supply chain. In all cases, performance is monitored and all parties meet on a regular basis to review the situation and make improvements. A company's supply chain is critical to meet and exceed customer performance and reduce costs. There are many companies that will handle third-party or fourth-party logistics functions. This allows the business owner amazing flexibility when wanting to open businesses in an emerging market without establishing their own warehouse and logistics space. Squeezing out costs and protecting your supply chain can be achieved easily using our Profits Plus supply and chain management accounting system. Whether you're bringing goods in from China or Vancouver, our Profits Plus supply chain accounting system can provide a formula to review and react to changes in your supply chain to allow for effective delivery of goods while putting more cash in your pocket.